Last time on World Kitchen, we gorged ourselves on all kinds of fantastic, traditional Lebanese food. This time I'll be heading out to the Bekaa Valley where I'll be trying some of the local wine. But first off, we're taking a look at modern Lebanese cuisine. Beirut's an incredibly cosmopolitan city, and a number of chefs are really pushing the boundaries of traditional ingredients to create a fantastic fusion of new flavours. With a head full of questions and a stomach full of expectation, I headed down to the Phoenicia Hotel, where we met one of the chefs who took us through a few of the dishes on his menu to show us how he's mixing things up. We've had some really amazing traditional Lebanese food since we've been in Beirut, but one of the things I've noticed is that there are some fantastic chefs doing really modern food, and they're using the influences of the different cultures that have influenced Beirut over the years. Now we're really lucky to be in Eau de Vie today with the head chef, Chef Rabih, and he's going to show us some modern takes using different ingredients which are quite traditional but giving them a bit of a twist. So it's really lovely to meet you and thanks for taking the time. First thing Chef Rabih showed me was an shawarma ravioli with rosemary scented kishik velouté. First off, he made a dough using flour, semolina and eggs, and then into that he put the lamb confit, which is known as a shawarma. For the velouté, which to you and me essentially means a creamy sauce, Chef Rabih adds a chopped onion, some butter, rosemary, chicken stock and kishik to the pan. Kishik is a cracked wheat fermented with milk and yogurt and is a very traditional dish in the countryside of Lebanon. After adding and bubbling down some cream, he then strains the mixture before adding it into a gas canister that you normally see used for something like chantilly cream, but this makes the velouté really light and fluffy. The ravioli are blanched in boiling water with a little bit of salt before frying them off in butter and dill. After that, they're ready to serve, so all you need to do is put your velouté into the bowl and then top it with the ravioli before garnishing with a bit of rosemary and some espelette pepper. Finally comes my favourite part of the cooking process. Yep, you guessed it. So Chef Rabih, you're making a risotto. Is it like a traditional risotto? Yeah. How are you going to make it?
Yeah, it's a frikeh risotto.
It's a freaky risotto?
Yeah,
it's a freaky risotto. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And what is freaky?
Frikeh is green wheat.
For the main course, Chef Rabih makes a frikeh risotto with a pan-fried Bekaa Valley duck breast. Frikeh is actually a green wheat, but Chef Rabih treats it like a risotto rice by adding onions, some duck fat and some chicken stock before simmering until it's soft. He then pan-fries the duck breast skin side down to caramelise before coating in honey and finishing it off under the grill. To serve the dish, he simply puts the duck breast on top of some of the risotto before topping with the pan juices and then garnishing with some glazed onions. If you thought Lebanese cuisine was all about shawarma and hummus, it could be time for a rethink. Having spent a couple of days in Beirut, I decided to go out to the Bekaa Valley. Something you wouldn't necessarily appreciate about Lebanon is that it has an incredibly thriving wine industry. So I've come here today to Chateau Ksara, which was established about 150 years ago, and it's considered to be one of the most prestigious vineyards in the whole of Lebanon. I may just have a couple of cheeky glasses of wine whilst I'm at it. Lebanese wine production actually goes back 5,000 years, and in the last 150 years, Chateau Ksara has become one of the country's leading vineyards. So the story goes, the land around Ksara had been used for around 50 years to produce grapes, when one day some children saw a fox disappear into a hole, having terrorised their chickens. Upon further investigation, the boys discovered almost 2 kilometres of tunnels, which today form the Ksara wine cellars. Fascinating as the cellars are, trust me, you wouldn't want to get locked in by yourself after closing time. Walking around the estate, you can be forgiven for thinking that you're in Bordeaux, and it's the dry summers and the melting snow of the Lebanese mountains which create the microclimate that allows the vineyard to thrive. But for as much as the vineyard is steeped in history, behind the scenes they're using cutting-edge technology and the consultancy of French wine experts to produce a pretty impressive 2 million bottles of wine per year.
انت الوحيدة انت الوحيدة اللي عيونك جت وخدت.
I was beginning to think that I'd discovered everything there was to know about Lebanon, but now I've been to a place like this and it's absolutely incredible. It's like being in part of medieval France, seeing all of the wine, like literally like decades and decades old. It's a fascinating place. The hospitality is typically amazing, and if you get a chance to check it out, I totally recommend it. And I got these too. Great. Next time on World Kitchen, I'll be checking out the famous Beirut nightlife, and more importantly, seeing what the locals are eating on a night out. Yalla!